Wake up with me, DJ Cadero! Yeah, what's going on? I am DJ Cadero. This is the Diaspora Show here on 87.9 The Culture, where the culture of hip-hop and R&B lives. It is Thursday. It is Thursday on June 25th, 2026. And it's specifically Throw Her Back Thursday. For those that don't know, this is how the Diaspora Show works. First, I give you guys the top stories going on in Africa, the Caribbean, and anywhere else that the African diaspora is centered. That's the Diaspora News. Then I give you guys words of wisdom through the African proverb of the day. No, the African proverb of the day. PBS looking at. Yeah. So these words of wisdom can either be a life lesson or an affirmation. After that's said and done, then I give you guys the best beats, the best vibes, the best melodies, because I'm the baddest Afro DJ in the game. I mean, I am
DJ Cadero.
Yeah. So with it being Throw Her Back Thursday, I'm going to be throwing back all the Afro jams, all Afro beat, all piano bass, Cueto house, all Ndumbolo, huh? Shout out to Congo, both the Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo. All genge. Yeah, watu wa Kenya niaje. How you love that, huh? So let's stop wasting time. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting his time. Let's go ahead and let's get into the Diaspora News. Come on! Live from 879 Studios in Omaha, Nebraska. This is the Diaspora News with your anchor, DJ Cadero. Yeah, that's me. Let's get into it. What up? What's up? What 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 up? What's up with y'all, man? What up? 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 I sound like the beginning of DJ Mr. Soul Show. What up? Yo, it's Twista. Yo, it's T.I. Yo, it's Freddy Krueger. Yo, it's Michael Myers. Yo, it's Charlie Manson. Welcome to the You are now locked into the DJ Mr. Soul. Shout out to DJ Mr. Soul, man. You guys can check out the DJ Mr. Soul show at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, man. DJ Mr. Soul, if you're listening, you should have a drop like that. You should have Michael Myers, huh? Freddy Krueger, huh? I'm Jason Voorhees, and you are now tuned in. I'm Bane from Batman. You are now... No, how would he say it? I'm Bane. No, I can't do his voice, man. I'm the Green Goblin from Spider-Man. You are now tuned in. I'm Thanos, here with the gauntlet, the Infinity Stones, and you are now tuned in to... If you want to chat with me, you want to go ahead and keep the conversation going, not only on this program, but any of our other programs on 879 The Culture. In the app is the group chat tab. Go ahead and create a username and password for yourself. Follow the direction prompts and process, and that way you can get in today's conversation. And like I said, any of our other conversations throughout the week. Let's go ahead and check the chat, see if anybody's conversing. Lita in the chat says, "What up, Cadero?" Yeah, what's up, Lita? What up? What up? What up, Lita? She says, "Don't do Boss Man." I mean, come on, huh? Yo, what's up? It's Jay-Z, huh? Let's get the villains, huh? Let's get the villains. Because it's always the good guys. But do the villains? Come on, villains have to listen to music, right? Come on, let's be honest, right? Hmm? Who was that serial killer from Milwaukee? What was his name? The guy that was eating people. What was his name? You guys are like, what does this have to do with the diaspora news? Just relax. Who was the I'm gonna put it in my Google. Before we start the show. Who was the serial killer from Milwaukee? They made a documentary about him. I am Jeffrey Dahmer, and you are now tuned in to the DJ. Imagine, because let's be honest, right? Like, you know what? Let's get into the diaspora news. I got a lot of news for you guys. Once again, this is the Diaspora Show on 879 The Culture, where hip hop and R&B lives. I'm DJ Cadero, your anchor on the Diaspora News segment here on this Thursday, June 25th, 2026. We begin today with international breaking news from the Caribbean Basin, where a massive humanitarian crisis is rapidly unfolding following a catastrophic seismic event. A devastating pair of back-to-back earthquakes measuring magnitudes of 7.2 and 7.5 on the Richter scale struck Venezuela's Caribbean coast earlier today. The initial shock waves were so violent that they triggered urgent regional tsunami warnings across multiple Caribbean nations, forcing a coastal evacuation alert to residents in neighboring Caribbean nations to flee for higher ground. For more on this, we actually go to our affiliate NBC, and we get more. Again, Venezuela has been rocked with back-to-back earthquakes. Let's take a listen.
A 7.1 magnitude earthquake rocking Venezuela, and separate quakes reported in California and Japan. I want to show you some of the video. We are just now getting into it. These chaotic moments on the streets of Caracas, dust filling the air after the capital there in Venezuela felt that intense shaking. You see people walking around, some of them looking confused. A baseball game coming to a halt, people running for safety. You see the light fixture up there swaying, people running for safety to the center of the field. Just hours before that, we saw a 5.6 quake hitting Northern California, knocking shelves of food to the ground. We're also following a 6.9 quake in Japan with tsunami advisories in effect there. There's a lot going on, lot to watch. We've got Bill Karen standing by. But I want to start with Aaron Gilchrist joining us now, because it seems that the most significant of these is the one that just happened late today in Venezuela. Aaron, what do we know about the possibility of any injuries, about how people are doing there?
Okay, less than an hour ago this happened, Hallie, and at this point there aren't any reports about any serious injuries or any major damage having happened here, but obviously a 7.1 magnitude earthquake is a major earthquake, and this was one that happened a little after 6 o'clock Eastern time, apparently in the northwestern part of Venezuela, so putting it very much near the coast of Venezuela, the Caribbean coast of Venezuela. There are reports that there could have been some of the shaking felt in parts of Colombia, and as you've been saying, this video that we're seeing now out of the Caracas area, which is more than 100 miles away from where we believe the epicenter of this earthquake was, and still we see the shaking. You see people who felt that shaking running into the streets, getting reports about buildings with cracks potentially in some of these buildings. We've been hearing reports about bottles being knocked off of shelves in stores in this area, and obviously people very much concerned about their safety, running into the streets, trying to get to safe spaces, potentially to open spaces in case there were any buildings that might collapse. And again, at this point, an hour after this earthquake happened, we are not getting any reports about any buildings that have collapsed or seen any major damage, or any reports about people having been injured. Hallie, there are alerts that have been posted by the National Weather Service in this country about the potential for tsunamis in this area. An earthquake of this magnitude near the coast could potentially send waves to neighboring islands into the Caribbean Netherlands, into Aruba. There are reports about advisories at least being posted for Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands to be on the lookout for potentially tsunami waves. Hallie.
Aaron Gilchrist, we'll look to see if we get more video coming into us too. I know our teams are on top of that. Aaron, thanks.
We thank you for Venezuela, where again that death toll continues to climb. The strongest earthquakes to hit the country in more than 100 years. Two massive quakes struck less than a minute apart, bringing down entire apartment buildings, damaging the main international airport there, and leveling entire neighborhoods. Again, so far, 164 confirmed dead, 1,000 injured, and rescue crews, you can see right now, they're on the ground. They are racing against time, searching through the mountains of concrete, the mountains of debris for any sign of survivors. President Trump did post on Truth Social overnight. The USA stands ready, willing, and able to help. I have instructed all agencies of our government to get ready to move quickly. We will be there for our new and great friends. Mark Boyle joining us from the live desk with the latest on this. And you know, Mark, it took these two earthquakes less than a minute to change Venezuela forever. Right now, there's reports the scale of this disaster is going to be catastrophic.
There is a forecast. The USGS says there could be more than 100,000 deaths. There's about a 35% chance or so, Jan. Incredible numbers right here. New video showing some of the devastation behind me. So we've confirmed at least 200 dead, nearly 1,000 injured after these earthquakes. So you have the first major one, then that huge aftershock. We are hearing reports the main airport is damaged and closed. And the earthquake's epicenter just west of the capital of Caracas. This map and the damage right here shows what we're talking about. So these are the scenes that will continue to play out for hours this morning as rescue efforts are underway right now as you wake up. The latest numbers here, so you have the 7.5 and then that 7.2 magnitude aftershock. You can basically call these two big earthquakes, and they happen just a couple of minutes, one after another. These numbers we've updated since we came on the air about an hour ago. We started the hour at 6 o'clock Eastern, right around 30. Now it's at 164 deaths, close to 1,000 hurt. The president says he is aware of what's going on, and we know this death toll could go up. The USGS reporting this morning, those are the numbers that they have, and this is that sliding scale. This is where we get those numbers from. There's a 30% chance more than 100,000 people could die. We're tracking that for you right now. This morning, the big task, though, is going to be finding the survivors underneath all of this rubble. We are seeing some stories of success as one person pulled from the rubble right there behind me overnight, and help is on the way, pouring in from around the world and, of course, the United States. Secretary Marco Rubio says at the direction of President Trump, the State Department immediately deploying search and rescue teams and other crews on the way to that region as you wake up. Updates to this breaking news for you here at the live desk this morning, Jen.
Once again, if you were just tuning in, I am DJ Cadero, your anchor here on the Diaspora News. That's on the Diaspora Show, exclusively on 879 The Culture, where the culture of hip-hop and R&B lives. It is a Thursday, Throw Her Back Thursday on June 25th, 2026. We're getting into our first story. Again, two powerful earthquakes devastate Venezuela. Over 1,000 have been injured, and at least 160 have been confirmed dead. Emergency officials have just confirmed that another 971 individuals have been documented as injured, but search and rescue teams have been aided by heavy machinery and K9 units, and they're working frantically against the clock to pull survivors from unstable mounds of concrete and steel. Guys, you guys were just listening to that news clip. I actually got to see the news clip, and a lot of buildings have been toppled. Again, these two twin earthquakes coming in at a Richter scale of 7.1 and 7.5. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that first story. Were you aware that there was an earthquake? Two earthquakes in Venezuela? And also, were you aware that there were tsunami warnings because of how powerful the earthquake was in the Caribbean? Let's go to the chat here. All right, let's go ahead and get into our second story. Turning our attention to the African continent, an intense security battle between protesters has locked down Kenya's capital city. Earlier today in Nairobi, heavily armed security forces completely sealed off the central business district in the capital of Kenya, deploying barricades and blocking major public networks. This coincides with the second anniversary of the historic 2024 Gen Z protests, which fundamentally reshaped Kenya's political landscape. Discontent has boiled over onto the street once again, with citizens marching to honor the victims of past police brutality while simultaneously voicing fierce opposition to a highly controversial new financial legislative package currently being debated inside Parliament. Activists argue that the Finance Bill of 2026 adds new tax measures that will choke an already strained working class, while the government maintains that the Finance Bill 2026 is necessary to manage national debt. For this and more, we go on the ground. Yes, but let's best believe it. We have journalists on the ground. We go to KTN News in Nairobi. You guys take it away.
Well, thank you, Alan Ochanda from Kitengele. Now we cross over to Jogoo Road, earlier on where we had seen those scenes where police officers were arresting young people. And now we are joined by our reporter, Jeff Kirwe. Good afternoon, Jeff. We've seen plainclothes police officers arresting young people, contrary to actually what is required. What can you report about that incident?
Well, a very good afternoon indeed. This is Jogoo Road. We just left at the Outer Ring Road, but there was a slight commotion a few minutes ago. It has actually lasted for more than 30 minutes. This is after a group of about 10 youth actually accosted pedestrians along the Jogoo Road. Remember that this road, the police have barricaded, so there are no vehicles allowed to go past this place. So all the vehicles and border, they actually alight at the roadblock that has been barricaded by police. So there was a group of about 10 young people who accosted pedestrians, robbed them of their valuables. There are actually allegations that some of them actually have guns, and they ran into one of the dams around the Jogoo Road area, and they've been accosted by police officers. Plainclothes police officers follow them up all the way into the dam. They have arrested 7 of them. They say they were a group of 10, so they are still looking for 3 others who they say they are still at large. But here you can see there are still members of the public who are actually waiting for the arrest of those suspects along this route. They're saying that this has been a menace in this area. Many say that past 6 in the evening, they are accosted by a group of youth. They are robbed of their valuables. Others are stabbed. And they say they are this group, or rather the gang, is a well-known group. And even the police officers actually have managed to identify some of them. They've been arrested and they're being taken to a police station. I will speak to 1 or 2 gentlemen here, maybe just to paint to us a picture about the situation here. Maybe unaweza tuambia anza kwa jina lako, and exactly we saw kuna watu walikuwa wameporwa hapa, watu wakapiga nduru. Vijana mnawajua, hali ya usalama inakuanga vipi hapa katika barabara ya Jogoo Road?
Kwa majina ni Nicodemus Francis. Chenye naweza sema hapa si pazuri sana vile, kutoka saa 12 ukiwa unatembea huwezi tembea. Wanapiga so zako vile, kuna mabuizi wao wanakutegea tu hapa. For example, huwezi kuwa na simu, oni mapanga, mabuduki. Inabidi tu naingizia mapema watu wa kwasu kaa sisi. Hatuwezi pata amani juu yao. We thank the police for the good job they have done.
Na pia labda tuambie tu jina lako, labda vijana mnawajua, mmewahi kabiliana nao, walikuwa kwenye wanapanga kuingia kwenye
That's my wife.
Anxiety is mounting across Kenya ahead of the June 25th Gen Z protest anniversary, a day marked by bloodshed and loss. As social media fills with tributes to victims of their demonstrations, tension remains high over security arrangements. Opposition leaders are accusing the government of using fears of criminals' infiltration instead of respecting citizens' right to peaceful assembly and expression. And
signaling heightened security concerns ahead of the anniversary.
We will defend the right of everybody because we are a country that believes viciously in order. We are a civilized nation.
But a section of the opposition has pushed back, accusing the government of focusing on fears of gonism instead of embracing what they describe as citizen goodwill and their constitutional right to peaceful assembly.
I'm concerned about the threats I have had. That, there's going to be looting, there's going to be breaking into shops. How do you know? No one has called for that violence. Perhaps the government is actually agitating, or the government is planning violence against the demonstrators.
As has become common during recent protests, businesses remain on edge. Traders often bear the brunt of unrest through looting and vandalism. In Kitengela, business operators have asked police to tighten security measures and shield their investments ahead of the Thursday demonstrations.
Mtu ukipatikana umeenda kuvunja duka ya mtu, tumefanya mpango. Kamera zitakuwa mbali, hutaona kamera lakini kutakuwa na kamera. Wakati huu ukipatikana itakuwa ni mbaya sana, utachukuliwa hatua.
Wale ambao wamepanga kuleta vijana, tunataka kuwaambia kwa mapema ya kuwa tuko na information ambayo sisi wenyewe tunasubiri. Tutakuwa na sisi wenyewe tunazingira na tunaangalia biashara zetu.
In recent weeks, parents of victims of the Gen Z protest, alongside activists and political leaders, have held peaceful vigils outside National Police Headquarters. And deterred, they have vowed to turn out in large numbers on June 25th, insisting the day is about remembrance, justice, and accountability. And Musungu KTN.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, I'm DJ Cadero, your anchor here on the Diaspora News, on the Diaspora Show on 879 The Culture, where the culture of hip-hop and R&B lives. It's Thursday, throw her back Thursday, on June 25th, 2026. And we're getting into our second story on the Diaspora News. Protests have kicked off in the second anniversary of the Gen Z protests from the finance bill in Kenya 2024. So tear gas has already been deployed in several areas in the capital of Kenya, Nairobi, to disperse crowds. But organizers of these protests vow to sustain civil disobedience despite the heavy police presence. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that story. Again, this is today, the 25th of June, marks 2 years since the Gen Z protests against the finance bill of 2024. You guys feel that protesters have taken it too far, especially 2 years ago? Or do you feel that the government had an overreach? Let me know. We get into our last and final story, huh? That's right, we're talking about FIFA, where the beautiful game of soccer has provided a powerful moment of cultural pride, history, and raw emotion. In a thrilling high-stakes match yesterday, Haiti's national football team was eliminated from the World Cup, man. Man. After a hard-fought, edge-of-your-seat 4-2 loss to Morocco. Despite the defeat, the match has sparked tearful celebrations across Port-au-Prince and the diaspora worldwide because Haiti scored its first World Cup goals in 52 years. That's right, prior to this tournament, Haiti had not seen the World Cup since the 1970s, proving that their talent was elite this time, and their resilience on the world's grandest stage. This historic departure of Haiti being eliminated from the World Cup, alongside a monumental breakthrough for the continent itself, is imperative. Also yesterday, South Africa's Bafana national soccer team secured a 1-0 victory over South Korea. This triumph successfully propels the South African team into the World Cup knockout phase. So pretty much what we had was just the group stages. So if you like watching NBA basketball, what you saw this week and most of the past 2 weeks was just the opening round of the playoffs. And then now is the second round of the playoffs, called the knockout stage. All right, some games that you guys could be paying attention to today. Today. You guys ready? Are you guys ready for today? Curacao and Ivory Coast will be playing. Before we get into the thoughts about Curaçao's game against Ivory Coast, let's look at who clinched into the next round. Again, these aren't the final teams. These aren't the final list of teams, but at least we have the winners of each group. So, and the teams that have advanced already. Argentina has won their group. Colombia has advanced. France has advanced. Germany has advanced by being the winner of their group. Mexico has advanced by being the winner of their group. Norway has advanced. The United States has advanced by being the winner of their group. And then Switzerland is the winner of their group, as well as Canada, Brazil, Morocco, and South Africa. Woo! Huh? So, as far as for games for today, so I said that Curacao and Ivory Coast will play each other at 3 p.m. Again, Curacao is an island nation in the Caribbean Sea, probably closer to South America than it is to North America. So they'll play at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time today. Also, Tunisia will play the Netherlands at 6 p.m. Those are 2 games. And then the final game, if you're up for it, if you can stay awake. I know that some of you guys that are listening have early bedtimes. Oh, sorry, DJ Cadero. I was thinking about bedtime. Tonight, the final game for tonight. The United States and Turkey. The United States has already moved on and advanced by, again, being the winner of their group. But they take on Turkey tonight. So you should probably not expect a lot of play from the starters. But nonetheless, it should be just an exciting. This is probably the most skilled and best performances that Team USA soccer that has played ever. I mean, ever. Again, the first game they scored four goals. That was the first time that the United States had ever scored more than 3 goals in the World Cup. So be on the lookout tonight. Again, so Ivory Coast takes on Curacao. Tunisia will take on the Netherlands. And then the U.S. will take on Turkey. Let me know what your guys' thoughts. Will you guys be watching the games? Have you guys been paying attention to the games? Huh? Is this the audience for that? You let me know. You let me know. How about this, man? That was a lot of news. Some of the stuff was pretty heavy. I can't believe. Even, the earthquakes that have been happening in Venezuela. Man, I got those alerts pretty late last night. So I was up pretty late last night trying to get as much research as I can. And again, they say that probably over 100,000 people by the time that they get through all the rubble have been injured. Eesh. And again, those images, man, those images are tough to see. How about this, man? Give you guys some heavy news today and some light news. Take this time to go ahead and get yourself some coffee, get yourself some tea, hot black tea, and do whatever it is. Do whatever it needs to be done to relax yourself, huh? I'll go to a music break, just one song. Don't go anywhere. There's just one song. When we come back, we'll have the African proverb of the day. And then I discovered something about myself yesterday. Don't go anywhere. I'm DJ Cadero, your host here on the Diaspora Show on 879 The Culture, where the culture of hip-hop and R&B lives. It's Thursday. Throw her back Thursday on June 25th, 2026. This is Franco from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Rest in peace to Franco. It's Thursday. We're throwing back all Afro jams. And this is one of his classic songs, Missile.